What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, the man welding, and I got something on my mind and I kind of just want to talk about it, right? Now, for those of you guys who know me personally or you follow me on Instagram or whatever, you know that I'm pretty actively involved in fitness, right? I go to the gym basically every day and I have for many years at this point. I take my health seriously. I take my fitness seriously, and I can't help but just spend a lot of time in the gym and around people who work out. And as a byproduct of that, my social media algorithm presents me with a lot of like gym content, right? And there's always like these fads, especially directed at young men and men in their 30s and 40s. And I've just been inundated so much with this particular type of content recently, and I see it in the real life too, that I can't help but like feel a certain type of way about it. And I'm just gonna get it off my chest and talk about it, right? So what I'm talking about is like performance enhancing drugs, testosterone, and as of recently, peptides have been the big things, right? Like a few years ago, it was SARMs, now it's peptides. And I'm 36 years old, and it seems like I'm constantly being advertised to go to like a hormone clinic and hop on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. And ultimately, I see all of these like injectable peptides and SARMs and hormone optimization stacks and routines as unnecessary, and I identify it as just like, I see a lot of the content surrounding it and I just feel like these people are just coping so fucking hard. And I had to question, like, why do I feel like this, right? Am I just a jealous hater because these people have better physiques than I do? I had to be real with myself and say, hey, is that the issue here? Are they achieving results that I want? And are they doing so by, cutting corners and using injectable performance enhancing drugs, research chemicals, whatever? I came to the conclusion that no, I'm not just a fucking jealous hater. And I think I've kind of isolated the reason why all this stuff just like rubs me the wrong way. And I feel like that is because essentially it points to a bigger issue in our modern society, and that is everybody is obsessed with instant gratification and just fucking coping about it, right? Like something I've had to realize about myself, being as actively involved in health and fitness as I have been for as long as I have, and really not yielding the results that I've wanted, I've had to come to the conclusion that what I've been doing is really not working, right? So I can go about a couple different options, right? I can take the quote unquote easy route, and I could easily go to a hormone optimization clinic and get prescribed testosterone and start injecting that and probably skyrocket my results. But I don't want to do that because I just feel like it's so incredibly short-sighted and unnecessary. I mean, I could go down to the local supplement store and buy a bunch of fucking GLPs and peptides and SARMs and, presumably see really good results by using that stuff. But I don't know, maybe I'm old school, but I think I'm smart enough to understand that fitness and health is like a lifelong journey, right? And maybe it's my background in the trades, but I understand that doing things right the first time is going to be the better way than kind of rushing to a finished product and then having to deal with the fallout of of maybe implementing certain techniques that are not sustainable, right? And that's not to say that you can't inject testosterone sustainably for the rest of your life. Sure, you can, but why would you want to? Like, and I think it's even deeper than the physical, because I've heard people make statements in interviews along the lines of, oh, if I couldn't inject testosterone, then I wouldn't want to live. And these are guys like in their 20s, 30s, and 40s saying this shit. It's fucking completely ridiculous, dude. And it's honestly kind of sad. I'm not like ruling it out, but as a healthy 36-year-old male, it just seems so insane to want to shut down your natural production of testosterone and hormones to hop on a synthetic version, right? Peptides are the big ones, right? Everyone's talking about, and I'm currently on, I have a set a goal for myself to get pretty shredded, right? I'm shooting for sub 10% body fat currently. And that's ambitious, and it's going to require a lot of discipline and consistency and planning and execution. And I'm fine with that. And I think when I do reach that goal, I'm going to be extremely proud of myself, a lot more so than if I had taken shortcuts or used pharmaceutical enhancements to reach it. And I think because of that, when I do reach it, it's going to be a lot more sustainable for me, and I'm going to have a lot less body dysmorphia kind of surrounding the entire experience. Like where I'm at right now and where I have been, there have been times where I take my shirt off and I'm not really happy with my body, but I've never experienced what I would consider like body dysmorphia, you know what I mean? And a lot of the content I see online, it's almost like people view having that as like it's a joke, or it's like a rite of passage, or it's just like an inevitable reality of being a guy going to the gym. And I don't know, man. I think it's just kind of sad and unfortunate that so many people feel the need to introduce these substances into their lives to achieve results that are ultimately achievable without them. And, you know, people are constantly coping, saying like, well, why walk when you could fly, and that type of stuff to justify these actions. But, you know, if we're going to be honest about it, I don't know, you know, it's one of these things that I'm curious to get other people's opinion on the topic. And I'm not sitting here, I guess I am kind of passing judgment on people who use that stuff, but, you know, I'm not saying that I'm the most educated or that my opinion is correct. I'm just kind of vocalizing publicly my perception as it stands today, because it seems that we're just going to keep heading in that direction, and it's just going to become more commonplace, and more younger people are going to use these things. And you know, I'm 36 now. I think back to when I was like 16, 17, 18. I remember going to GNC when I was a teenager and buying like test boosters. And I mean, I've taken tons of different workout supplements in terms of pre-workout, post-workout, intra-workout. But I've always kind of drawn the line at just like pre-workout and protein powder and that type of stuff. And, you know, people will say, oh, you're just, you know, you're scared of needles and you're just whatever. I don't know. I just think I've been alive long enough to understand and come to the determination for myself that my health is my greatest asset. And, you know, I don't think injecting things in the pursuit of muscles and vanity is worth the potential side effects. Or even if there is no side effects, it's just going to cause you to mentally become dependent on getting those results in that accelerated time frame. And I think that's an underrated, underconsidered negative effect of using those substances. So that's it. I'm gonna wrap the video here. This isn't even the topic I originally planned on talking about today, but you know, it is what it is. So if you have any opinions, please, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. If you stuck around to the end of this video, I appreciate it. As always, love you guys. Catch you on the next one. Peace.